before picking up the camera, did you have any self-doubts? Was it hard? Was it always in the back of your head that you want to do it, you want to do it? Or how did that come across?
I think there's always self-doubt. I don't know. I think no matter in my journey so far, no matter how far I've come, there's always a sense of
Yeah.
self-doubt. But the majority of it is at the beginning. I think when you start growing like a social media page, you have doubt in like, oh, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? People are going to think, oh, look what this guy, he's trying to do something. He's trying to make something. This video always cringe. Oh, he doesn't know how to edit. He doesn't know how to color grade. And I think that was one of the biggest things that delayed me in starting as well.
For how long?
For how long? Probably a year or two. Probably a year or two.
So guys, like, you have to actually understand this. Like, a lot of people think a lot about what other people think, but no one really cares. No one cares about you. And the fact that you said it stopped you for close to 2 years because of self, which is normal, by the way. A lot of people have the same thing. What are people going to say? But now, like, how do you overcome that then? How do you silence that noise?
It kind of silences itself. Like you just kind of get used to and the routine of continuously posting and realizing that people don't actually care as much as you think they would care. And you just have to kind of do what you like and what you want to do. And the people online will kind of find you. The people that do like what you're posting, the people who do support you will always be there for you, for like that kind of acceptance in what you've done. And as your following grows, you'll obviously get a lot of more people that will come that don't like it as well. Because if you're getting obviously more views, you're getting more views from the people who do like it, you're getting more views from people who don't like it. And you get comments and messages on that now and then. But it's like, at the end of the day, what difference is that guy's comment going to make to you? Like, he says he doesn't like it. Okay, just carry on. 10 people like it, one person doesn't. It is what it is. As long as you're doing what you like, as long as you're trying to make a difference, you're trying to do better, you're trying to do good, you just continue with it. And sometimes I think those comments actually help. Like sometimes you get some criticism and then you realize, okay, maybe this wasn't the right thing that I should have done. Maybe I can take a different approach with it. I think every sort of, and especially online, every sort of like interaction, good or bad, always helps. And I can attach that to one of the reels I posted in Ramadan, right, which was drone shots of all the various masjids in Leicester. Now, unfortunately, that ended up on the wrong side of Instagram. It was just full of racist comments, literally.
Really, yeah.
And that reached like over 800,000 views. Obviously, it's not.
Was it on YouTube or what platform?
On my Instagram.
Oh, your Instagram.
And it's
Okay.
just literally, if you go in the comments, it's just full of racist comments, which is all these people just being racist towards Islam or Muslims and things like that. But then again, that helped push the reel a lot more, and it found people who did want to see it, and those people did start to follow me. Those people, did interact with it in a positive way. At the end of the day, you're not going to make everyone happy. That's probably one of the biggest things you can always understand is that you're not going to make everyone happy. As long as you know you're doing what you want to do and you're making yourself happy, you like what you're doing, you just have to continue to do it. And if anyone doubts it, if anyone says anything against it, then it's just like, clear, it is what it is.
I think compared to before though, and I've noticed this a lot, like if I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and I'm in this loop, and I'll just be checking videos, comments, not even on my own, other people's, and I just see like so much racism. And where has that come from, man? Like, and especially you being like a halal Muslim travel content creator, right? Those words are like, they're like sharks. They want to, they'll be coming for you straight away. So like, how, where has that come from, do you think?
Honestly, it's just what people being naive and not understanding or knowing the truth, and they just think what they see in the news or what their side of the story is right. I believe that's where it comes from. I'll be honest though, to be honest, surprisingly, I don't get as many racist comments. That was literally one post, and basically what the caption was basically POV, you live in Leicester, and it was a compilation of all drone shots of the masjids in Leicester, so people were just being racist about that. But generally, I don't think I really receive any sort of racist comments, even though it's specific to halal and Muslim. And I think it's because, like, that's what I mean by that reel went to the wrong side of Instagram, because Instagram knows where it's showing its reels. And majority of the time, it's obviously always showing it to what my audience should be. Whereas with that one, there must have been a few interactions which were on the wrong side, and that's what boosted it to put it towards the people it wasn't aimed at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. I think the racism is just people being naive and not understanding or just thinking one-minded and they just what they see in the news.
And of
But
course,
yeah.
I think picking up the camera,
Hmm.
you know, and that entire journey was a process, right? So that's for a lot of people that want to start a business. They're going to have that process of starting. But what's even harder now that you know is the consistent part, trying to be consistent every single day. How did you find that journey?
Um, I think like again, when I say that there was that 1 2 years which I didn't actually get, which I didn't get myself started in. A lot of it is because of also consistency. So there was the self-doubt in what people would think and what people would say. It was also self-doubt in having the ability to be able to create good edits and everything. And it was also the fact that I wasn't able to be consistent. Like I said, one of the biggest barriers was not being able to be mentally focused or physically focused for the timing. And being consistent requires both. You need to
Yeah,
be, as they say nowadays, locked in.
locked in. Yeah,
You need to be locked in. You need to understand that you're going to have to make sacrifices to stay consistent. But don't think that okay, I want to start something, so I'm going to put in. You have 7 days in a week. I'm going to put in 7 days on it fully, because like, and I can relate this back to before I started with this. I used to be a PT, right? And when I used to have clients come, it's not like I'm going to tell them, okay, you never used to train. We're going to start training 7 days a week, or we're going to start training 5 days a week. It's not realistic. People are not going to be able to just jump into something and commit that much time to it. So you have to build that sort of routine. Start with say 3 days a week. Okay, I'm going to dedicate 3 days a week. So in my case, I'm going to make 3 posts a week to start with. Then okay, I'm good and consistent. I can do 3 posts a week easily. Let me add an extra day, 4 posts a week. Same with the training. Once I know my clients were good at 3 days of training a week, I had another day, 4 day, 5 days like that. And that's how I kind of build my consistency. But it always comes down to the willpower that you have and the mentality that you want to make sure that you're going to achieve your goal. I can easily just sit back and say, okay, I'm consistent 3 days a week is good enough. But me being consistently posting like 5 days a week or 6 days a week, double the amount, I'm more likely to reach my goal if I'm putting that much more effort in it. I can only put that much more effort in it if I have the willpower and the mentality to say that, look, I'm going to have to make sacrifices along the way. I'm going to have to sacrifice time with my family, my wife, my in-laws, my friends. I have to sacrifice that time to dedicate towards doing this. Especially a lot of people starting up now, a lot of people are not going to start with like 7 days free to assign to give to it. They're going to have a full-time job, let's say a 9 to 5. They're going to have that job to have to dedicate time towards that. Then they have to, after that they have to be able to dedicate time towards what they want to build. You can't think that okay, I'm just going to quit my job straight away and just start it. So you know that you're going to have to make that extra sacrifice after work to put into this. And again, it's not going to become easy to just start every day. Assign a few days. Once you know you can do that, add extra. And that's all I think Alhamdulillah helped me. And I'll be honest, like I actually tried to kind of jump into the deep end straight away. I know it wasn't going to be sustainable. Like I did it 1 2 weeks and then I stopped. And then I was like, you know what? Let me build up slowly, and let me make sure that I don't feel demotivated at any time. Let me make sure that I know that I am going to be able to stay consistent. I'm going to have the willpower. I'm going to be able to make sacrifices to be able to stay this consistent. And I think that's one of the biggest things is you're going to have to make the sacrifice. You're going to have the willpower to be consistent in building something, whether it's content creation, whether it's a business, whatever it may be. You have to stay consistent, and you have to have the willpower to do that.